What's up, fam? It's your boy Demuir here, purveyor of all sounds underground. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel today, where I'll be discussing the topic of why the single life is bad for you. I can't believe I'm saying that. Why the single life is bad for you. But I'm going to give some more context in a moment. Just stay with me. But before I jump into things, what I need from you is that SLC. Hit subscribe, like, comment, and more importantly, hit the notifications bell to stay in touch with the new videos that we have up and coming. All right, so let's jump right into this one. When I say the single life, I'm not talking about relationships, so we're good there. What I am talking about, however, is people who are submitting new music to record labels like my own Purveyor Underground, and they're only submitting singles. They're not submitting full EPs, which is at least 2 tracks. I think up to a max of 4 or 5 is what I would consider a full EP in that range. So we're getting a lot of these singles, and I just wanted to share some thoughts on it because we're getting so much singles on a frequent basis where we just decided, listen, if it's just 1 track, we're just not going to listen to the demo at all, which is unfortunate, but most of the singles we get are just horrible. I'm sorry to say it. They're just lacking. All right, so let's jump right into my first point on why submitting singles is not necessarily a good thing. First and foremost, it limits your ability to demonstrate a range in your artistry. So it lacks range. When we are listening to demos at Purveyor Underground, we want to hear, an artist's range. We want to hear what they're capable of, and are they putting their very best foot forward. I do this myself. Whether the label has asked me for tracks or I'm submitting tracks to a label, I want to give them at least 2 or 3 tracks just to demonstrate a range in my artistry, and it's also a good understanding, or at least my understanding, of how I'm interpreting the sound of that label, to give them some options. So, broaden your range a bit, man. Get out of the single game. And point number 2 is just for business purposes. EPs traditionally sell better for record labels. Just having 1 track just doesn't really cut through the mustard, so to speak, or the the noise of and saturation of so many tracks that are out there. So try and get on the EP game, but singles just won't stand the test of time against it. And this is a meaty one, point number 3. And all I'm going to say is this: edits are for you and your fans, not for demos. You feel me? Not for fucking demos. And point number 4, it's kind of more focused on the label side, but you got to look at this in terms of what a label will be able to invest in, and it's generally not 1 single track. You got to think about most labels like myself, or even bigger labels, are investing in some type of promotion to get your tracks out to tastemakers. They're also involved in relationships with distributors to help pitch certain tracks. So it's just stronger to put people in a position of success with EPs as far as investment is concerned. And point number 5. So I don't want to be ignorant here. There are exceptions to the rule, but I think, the following things are what make singles work. So the first piece in terms of exceptions are a single is just super, super strong. We have put out singles on Purveyor Underground, but I can count on one hand, the amount of times we've done that. And they're just like exceptional tracks, like, High from the Feeling by House Arrest NYC is an amazing track because it just emits an immediate feeling. It's got an exceptional vocal in the track, and it's just like on this other level. It doesn't sound like everything else that's out there. Vincent Kera's Mood, that track, it's crazy. It's a whole other level of sound. So we don't run across that often, but I do want to be clear here, there are exceptions. The other exception would be if you have a strong single with a very strong remixer attached to it. And it's not necessarily a name game, although it helps a lot. So if you show up to the door with a single and you got like a Todd Terry remix on top of it, I mean, if it sounds great, sure, I'm certain a label will sign it and push it forward. But that's part of what is reflecting in your investment. You got someone like Todd Terry to take their time, their valuable time, to remix your record, market it, package it up, and it's ready to go. So those are the only exceptions I see, and that's far and in between. So just keep my points in mind. It's just my own opinion. It's what's worked in my career and for my record label, Purveyor Underground, and I'm just passing some of the stuff on to you. Let me know your thoughts on this one. I usually join the conversation within 48 hours of posting these videos, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Much love and respect to you. Peace.